Describe a time when you were asked to keep information confidential. While employed by the Department of Labor, Optimization Consulting Inc., OCI, and the Integral Worm, all information I was working with was confidential and on a need-to-know basis. I could not speak to anyone about a project who was not directly involved with it. In the first 3 months while I was employed for OCI, we had a security breach. I do not know what had happened or what had been said. What I did find out was who the offenders were because they were fired. People who were not in my department or were indirectly involved with my assigned tasks or projects would always try to get me to speak about what I was doing or what I did within the company. I would deflect questions about what I did or what I was working on by simply stating that I was a technical writer and that anything I was working on was considered classified by the client and that I had signed a non-disclosure agreement with the client. If there was anything they needed to know, they would be invited to attend a meeting and they would be briefed at that time. People I worked with came to understand that we could talk about anything other than what I was working on or what I did in the company other than what was listed on my job description. Describe a time about your honesty. As far as honesty, when I make a mistake, I admit to it. I don't try to cover it up. I once made a mistake in 1979, but found I was in error. I stand up as a man of integrity and take the heat for my mistakes. I once told a customer that I could not sell him a Hewlett-Packard printer for his Macintosh computer because Hewlett-Packard was not making drivers for Macintosh at the time, which was true. During the sale, I tried to sell the man a Canon or an Epson printer, but he insisted on the Hewlett-Packard. I explained that if I sold him the Hewlett-Packard printer, he would only return it and come back to me insisting that I had said it would work on his Macintosh. The man reported me to management, and I said I refused to sell him a printer. I was written up and had to appear in a hearing before 12 managers and agreed I refused to help the customer. I signed the document put in front of me and continued to work there for many more years with no further problems.